Thavadidetyo sahasa vyajyamanatma porusho babradhate asmasarena kae nadri pati eva. So, Adri Detyo. Adri means mountains. Detyo means Detyas. Sorry, Adi Detyo. Adri Pati is now. So, Adi Detyo means that the two demons, Adi matlab beginning. So, beginning means when is this incident is happening? When this is happening. So basically, as we remember, the Uttan path descendant being explained. So he was describing about Swayambhu Manu. And he wanted to explain regarding the Swet Barha incarnation. So when he was explaining Swet Barha, then he remembered there is some incidents happened in the past. Which Manvantara? 6th Manvantara, Chakshushu Manvantara. Yeah, the Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu took birth. So that is the beginning, Adi Detyo. Sahasa means very quickly, Vyajyamanatma Purusho. So actually, Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, they grew up very fast. So normal child take birth, gradually, slowly, he become adult group. But in the case of Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, as soon as he took birth, they start growing, and immediately they grow up the very adult young man. So generally it is said somewhere, it happens in the case of Asuras. There is one incident which is mentioned in some of the Puranas. Once Mother Parvati and the Lord Shiva was traveling on the sky. So they were passing through one mountain, top of the mountain. They find that one child, the child was crying. So Mother Parvati, being the mother of the whole manifestation, she asked Lord Shiva, can you help this child, or can you do something? So then Lord Shiva says, this child, the demoness Rakshasi has given the birth to the one child, and she is least concerned about take care of the child, and she went with her husband to enjoy. So then Lord Shiva gave the benediction. Now onwards, whenever any Asura Rakshasa will take birth, they will grow very fast. So there is no need to take care of the mother. So anyway, so that's the reason is it. Adi Detyo Sahasa Vyajyamana Atma Purusho. And they become very powerful. And how much powerful? Amsasarena. The body like as a steel frame. Prabhupada ji is writing in the Purport very systematically. Like, generally, demons are concerned with taking care of the body and become very stout and strong so that they can indulge in sense gratification. Prabhupada ji is mentioning the demigods concern themselves with spiritual upliftment of human society, whereas the demons are concerned with physical and material upliftment. So Prabhupada ji हमेशा बताते थे कि जो इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट है ना टुडे द सोसाइटी, their main goal develop science technology so that they can enjoy sense gratification. Their center point to just enjoy. किंतु जो देवता लोग हैं, जो डिवाइन पर्सनालिटीज हैं, डेमिगॉड मीन्स डिवाइन पर्सन, दे कंसर्न अबाउट only spiritual upliftment of human society. Not only his or her, but also the everyone. So, Prabhupada is writing, there are two classes of men in the world. One is called demon and the other is called demigods. So in Bhagavad Gita, in the 16th chapter, the divine and demonic qualities are described by the Lord. So Lord is describing in the beginning, with the 16th chapter, 26 quality of a divine personality. And the Lord is starting with Abhyam, Avyam Sattva Samsuddhir Jnana Yoga Vivastiti Danam Damascha Yagyascha Swadhyay Tap Arjavam. A lot of 26 quality. And Prabhupada ji बहुत systematically developing the whole purport. It's very long purport. Almost all the qualities Prabhupada ji is describing in this. And Srila Prabhupada ji mentioned that the Abhyam is one of the quality of a divine person. So how to become Abhyam and why we are of fear? हमारे डर का जो मेन कारण है वो हमारी अज्ञानता है. Different person they fear with the different things. And Prabhupada ji लिख रहे हैं sannyasi or a devotee who is the top of the institution is considered to be the spiritual master of Brahmanas also. For a sannyasi, first qualification is one of the first qualification for the same. For a devotee sannyasi should be fearlessness. Because Prabhupada is writing for a spiritual sannyasi, a sannyasi has to be alone without any support or guarantee of support. Now, second canto in the beginning it is said, people want to secure themselves with different means. Material means. Fallible soldiers. Even devotee as a sannyasi, also they want to secure by completely surrendering to Krishna. Narayana parasarvi na kutushchin viviyati. Swarga naraka. Swarga apavarga narkeshu. Api tulyartha darshana. So when we can be only fearless when we completely depend on Krishna. So sannyasi has to be alone without any support or guarantee of support. He has to simply depend on the mercy of Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is one of the first qualifications for the same. If one thinks, after I leave my connections, who will protect me? He should not accept, renounce order of life and become a devotee. Leave everything. If one is carrying a still mind, see, I left everything, then what will happen to me? So he should not accept, renounce order. One must fully convince that Krishna or the Supreme Personality of Godhead in its localized aspect as Paramatma is always within, and he is seeing everything and always knows what one intends to do. तो हमको पता होना भगवान हमारे साथ हमेशा है. Then why do fear for anything? So somehow we come in ignorance. We think, I am the doer. I have to protect myself. If I do not protect myself, who will protect me? So that's the ignorance of Krishna, ignorance of Paramatma, which is sitting in the heart. Mat chitta sarva durgani mat prasada parishyati. At chet tvam ahankara na sroshati. So because ahankara, I am the doer, I will take care of myself. Because of that ignorance, that ahankara, he falls prey to the fear. He is seeing everything and always knows what is one intend to do. One must thus have firm conviction that Krishna as a Paramatma will take care of his soul, surrender to him. See, if we see, Krishna is taking care of everyone. Physically, mentally, and all different levels. Why not he will take care of others says, if who is surrendered to Krishna, who is trying to serve him. I shall never be alone, one should think. Even if I live in the darkest region of the forest, I shall be accompanied by Krishna and he will give me all protection. So in Vedic times, sannyasi has to live in the forest alone. He's not fear of some lion may come, some snake will be there. They always fully surrender. So that conviction is called abhyam, fearlessness. Lord is with me always and he'll give me protection. Like Vrindavan Vasis, what are mentioned in the Krishna book. They never had any fear. Anything used to happen, they always had one thing in mind, is to shout out Krishna. So this state of mind is necessary for a person in the renounced order of life. So that abhyam. I will read few of the qualities, then later on can go to beautiful purport, who will summarize everything in this. Then he has to purify his existence. So the Sanskrit word is being used. He has to purify his existence. And how to? There are so many rules and regulations to be followed in the renounced order of life. Most important of all is sannyasi is strictly forbidden to have any intimate relationship with women. He is even forbidden to talk with a woman in a secluded place. Lord Chaitanya was an ideal sannyasi, and when he was at Puri, his feminine devotees could not even come near to offer their respects. They are advised to go down from a distant place. This is not a sign of hatred for a woman as a class, but it is a stricture imposed on the sannyasi not to have close connection with women. One has to follow the rules and regulation of a particular status of life in order to purify his existence. For a sannyasi, intimate relationship with women and possession of wealth for sense gratification are strictly forbidden. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says in CC, what is the slogan? Akinchanasya bhagavad bhajanonmukasya param param jigmasur sandarshanam visainam atyushitam hahanta hanta lakshot. So the ideal sannyasi was Lord Chaitanya himself. We can learn from his life that he was very strict in regards to women. Although he is considered to be the most liberal incarnation of Godhead. You know, Krishna, Chaitanya is very liberal in that sense. Namo Mahamadanya. Although he is considered to be the most liberal incarnation of Godhead, accepting the most fallen conditioned soul, he strictly followed the rules and regulation of a sannyas order of life in connection with association with women. One of his personal associates, namely Chodhadas Prabhupada mentioned, was associated with Lord Chaitanya along with his other confidential personal associate, but somehow or other, the Chodhadasa looked lustfully on a young woman. Lord Chaitanya was so strict that he at once rejected him from the society of his personal associate. Lord Chaitanya said, for a sannyasi or anyone who is aspiring to get out of the clutches of material nature and trying to elevate himself to the spiritual nature and go back home, back to Godhead, for him looking towards material positions and women for sense gratification, not even enjoying them, even looking at them, but just looking towards them with such a propensity is to be condemned that he had better commit suicide before experiencing such illicit thoughts and desires. So these are the process of purification. So the second quality was mentioned for the divine spirit. The next come Jnana Yoga Vivastiti. Cultivation of knowledge is very, very essential. Unless we cultivate knowledge, our consciousness will not be purified very tangibly. Sannyasi life is meant for distributing knowledge to the householders and others who have forgotten their real life of spiritual advancement. So, Janam Sarthak kar par, unless we read, unless we understand how we can implement or how we can implant or implant that faith and conviction into the others. So, a sannyasi is supposed to beg from door to door for his livelihood, but this does not mean that he is a beggar. Humility is also one of the qualifications of a transcendentally situated person. Out of sheer humility, the sannyasi goes door to door, not exactly for the purpose of begging, but to see that householders awaken them to Krishna consciousness. This is the duty, this is the most important duty of a sannyasi. If he is actually advanced and so ordered by spiritual master, he should preach Krishna consciousness with logic and understanding. Especially in Kali Yuga, people want some logic, some reason. You ask them simply, do chant, they may not chant. So, unless we read, we understand, we will not able to implant them. So, there's one beautiful conversation. Srila Prabhupada having some of the devotees like Yashomadinanda Prabhu and many other devotees. So the discussion was happening regarding preaching and other things. portion. Then Prabhupada, yes, we have to work hard if we have to preach. So that is preaching. You don't think preaching is so easy going. But the preaching is not so easy going. Eating, sleeping, and sometimes chanting Hari Bol, that's all. This is not preaching. We must be ready to implant Krishna consciousness ideas throughout the whole world. So for this, simply eating some prasadam, sleeping, some Hari Bol will not help. Omapati. That probably won't happen overnight. Thought. Prabhupada. The deity worship program is meant for us to keep us safe. If we neglect deity worship, we shall also fall. But that is not all duty finished. The deity verse is not duty finished. Archyam eva hare pujan ya siddhi ehati. Archyam is deity. If anyone is worshipping the deity very nicely, but na tad bhakteshu chaneshu, but it does not know anything more. Who is devotee, who is not devotee, what is the duty to the world? Sa bhakta prakrita smrita. He is material devotee. He is material devotee. So we have to take the responsibility to understand who is actually a pure devotee and what is our duty to the people in general. Then you can make advancement. Then you become Madhyamadhikari, advanced devotee. Just like these people, either in India or here, they remain simply churchanity, going to church without any understanding. Therefore, it is failing. It is now church are being closed because there is no understanding. Similarly, if you do not keep yourself fit to preach by understanding philosophy, then your temple will also be closed in due course of time. Without preaching, you will not feel enthusiastic to continue the temple worship. And without temple worship, you cannot keep yourself pure and clean. The two things must go on parallel. Then there is success. In modern time, either Hindu, Muslim, or Christian, because in these places there is no teaching of philosophy, there is no teaching of philosophy understanding. Therefore, they are closed. Either mosque or temple or church, they will all close. Prajapati. They can show no good result for their activity. Yes, that is preaching. Therefore, we are writing so many books. Unless we take care of the books and preach and read ourselves thoroughly, understand the philosophy, this Hare Krishna will be finished within few years because there will be no life. How long one can artificially go on Hare Krishna, Hari Bol, that will be artificial, no life. Jashamantinandabu. That's right, Srila Prabhupada. We are so foolish. We never realize anything unless you tell us like that. Without preaching. Prabhupada, yes, without preaching. Without understanding philosophy, you cannot keep your strength. Everyone should be thoroughly well conversant with the philosophy which we are putting. That means you must read thoroughly every day without fail. So many books we have got, and Bhagavatam is so perfect that any verse you read, you get a new enlightenment. It is so nice, either Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam, but it is not ordinary writing. Homopathy. I've tried to put your Bhagavad Gita into some schools, colleges. They say, well, some of them. So there are beautiful conversation further goes on. So Prabhupada is saying, unless we understand, in 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that transcendental knowledge on board can cross over this material world. So this is the duty of sannyasi. If he actually advanced an order of spiritual master, he should preach Krishna consciousness with logic and understanding. And if one is not advanced, he should not accept the renounced order of life. But even if one has accepted the renounced order of life without sufficient knowledge, he should engage himself fully in hearing from a bona fide spiritual master to cultivate knowledge. So if by chance we do not have enough understanding, then we must hear. A sannyasi or one is a renounced order of life of devotee must be situated in fearlessness, then sattva samsuddhi, purity, and jnana yogena, by knowledge. So in this particular, all the qualities Prabhupada is giving in context with different situation, how we can have these quality, and Prabhupada is saying the next called dhanam, charity. And in this regard, Prabhupada is saying charity is meant for householders. Householders should earn a livelihood by honorable means. Spend 50% of their income to propagate Krishna consciousness all over the world. Thus, householders should give a charity to the institutional societies that are engaged in that way. Charity should be given to the right receiver. So similarly, it is said that charity should be done by even the sannyasis. What charity? What is the topmost charity? To give Krishna consciousness. Charity should be given only to propagate Krishna consciousness all over the world. And sannyasis should also give charity to everyone to give this great knowledge. Dhamma, self-control. As far as self-control is concerned, it is not only meant for orders of religious society, but is especially meant for householder. Although he has a wife, householder should not use his senses for sex life unnecessarily. There are restrictions for the householder even in sex life, which should only be engaged in for propagating of children. If it does not require children, he should not enjoy sex life with his wife. Modern society enjoys sex life with contraceptive method or more abominable method to avoid the responsibility of children. This is not the transcendental quality, but a demoniac quality. If anyone, even if he is a householder, wants to make progress in spiritual life, must control his sex life and should not beget children without the purpose of serving Krishna. Further, a lot of details Prabhupada writes. And sacrifice, in sense, the best sacrifice recommended in the Kali Yuga called Sankirtan Yajna. This Sankirtan Yajna, chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram Ram, Hare, is the best and the most inexpensive sacrifice. Everyone can adopt it and derive benefit. So, and Prabhupada Swadhyaya, Vedic study is meant for brahmacharis, especially the student life. Brahmacharis should have no connection with women. They should live a life of celibacy and engage the mind 24 hours in studying the Vedic literature for cultivating of spiritual knowledge. This is called Swadhyaya. Always meditating on the instructions of the spiritual master. Then Tapa. So, tapasya for the body, mind, and now for them like this, all the quality, 26 quality, divine qualities are being mentioned. And the demons actually have no faith in the Lord. Recently, I happened to meet one person, and he is a very reputed person in Jain Samaj. And I had some rough understanding, then I started speaking to him. What is this philosophy? What is this all about? Actually, he openly said, we don't accept God. They don't have faith in God. They say God is not there. Why you make a temple then? God is not there. So they're all Mayavadis with the name of some brothers accept the Krishna consciousness. Anything where you go, it's all hodgepodge philosophy, and many of them Mayavadis. Next time they come to Karma Mimamsha philosophy. Do nice thing, things will happen. So the Jain journey, when I was talking more in detail to him. So ultimately they accept that Prakriti is everything. They believe in the law of karma, but they don't believe in God. So they say anyone comes here, they all also follow. So Krishna is explaining in the Bhagavad Gita further in this chapter, Asatyam apratisthamte jagat ahur anishwaram aparaspar sambhutam kim anyat kam haitukam. And he is a propagator of Vipassana philosophy. He is one of the head or trustee of the Vipassana trust. He goes and gives classes, and you don't have faith, and simply their actual purpose is the idea of just sense gratification. They want to be peaceful, happy, so that they can do more sense gratification. So asatyam apratisthamte jagat ahur anishram. This asatya, this word is not true. Apratishtam, there is no foundation. Anishram, there is no God. Kim anyat kam ahetukam. This is what is the only there must one purpose, to do sense gratification. And as long as they are doing sense gratification, they can never understand Krishna. So that's the reason it is recommended in the beginning of the brahmacharya, so that further mind can purify, calm, cool, so that he can understand. So Krishna says that the three gates which take us to the end. What are those three? Kama, Krodha, and Lobha. Actually, the Krodha main reason is not, and since the way we want to enjoy it does not happen, Krodha comes. So the purpose of whole creation, Krishna is made to purify our inner core desire to enjoy. Other day we were discussing even so-called spiritual organization, whoever it may be. The purpose is how to enjoy, even spiritually. But in Krishna consciousness, the very first thing, we are not the enjoyer, we are the servant. So unless we read Srila Prabhupada thoroughly, understand this knowledge, and we ourselves get completely convinced, we ourselves has good tool, then we are able to pass on and implant this Krishna conscious bhakti in others. So it is our foremost duty to learn the night, and even if we have not learned as of now, let's begin. Let them never, at least we begin our this process. I will stop here. Vrindavan Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jagat Gosha Prabhupada ki Jai Go Vrindavan.